Hey guys, Rexlent here. This is a short guide, a crash course on how to play Jinhsi. So let's just go straight into it. I have a plane to catch in a few hours for a week's break, so I'll be seeing you guys after that. Anyway, for Jinhsi, she's a broadsword user, spectral DPS. So her combo looks like this, 4-hit combo. And you notice how her resonance skill lights up after the 4th hit. So this is what you do. Do 4 hits, and then you press skill, and then she will go up in the air. And then it'll change again to a 5-hit combo, ending with a plunge. So let me repeat that again. On the ground, 4-hit combo, press E, go up. Just spam basic again. And then she'll finish with a plunge, and then finish it off with skill again. So this is the dragon beam at the end of the combo. So that's basically her whole chain. Really easy to play. So to summarize, just basic until skill glows. Basic again until the skill glows again. So basic, skill glow, E, spam basic until it glows again. Like that. So you don't exactly have to do the full chain. You could just press it once it glows. And that's it for her basic. And then for her liberation skill, straight up nuke. So you already know how to play Jinhsi on the field. Basically that. When she goes up, she's a bit like Ling Yang. Her hitbox is in the air. And you can also use grappling hook and abuse this. So you can do this. And then press E. And then grappling hook and do this. So she's safe in the air. And then just do the beam on them. Alright, that's how you play Jinhsi. That's her rotation. Now let's move on to her skills and how she works with her team. So now as for her forte gauge, you see this gauge down here? This comprises of up to 50 points. And each point will buff that dragon beam in her skill, resonance skill. So it's gonna buff this attack right here. The one where she goes up and then 4 hits. This one. It's gonna buff this. Doing like meme amounts of damage, lots of damage. And how to fill this gauge? Basically, as long as she's off the field, any attack from any element will give 1 point to it. To put it really simply, each element has their own internal 3-second cooldown. That's the first effect. And for the second effect on how points are gained is coordinated attacks. Just like Verina's ultimate, Yinlin's punishment mark, and even Yuan Wu. So Yuan Wu is the best guy for most teams. It's like the most accessible since everyone has Yuan Wu and he builds really fast. So the ideal team for Jinhsi, I would say, would be this. You start with Yuan Wu and then you alternate between Verina and Jinhsi. So the interesting thing here is that Yuan Wu will be using the healing set. Over here, 5-set healing. Could be anything. +0 is fine. The core thing is he needs this weapon, this blue weapon, Originite Type 4. So every basic attack, he's gonna trigger healing. And that's gonna be enough to trigger the whole healing set. And his job will be just hitting once, doing his resonance skill to place the wedge down, and then doing his echo, this turtle echo, so that the rest of the team get attack buff. And then after that, the remaining 2 characters, the middle character will be using energy set. So Verina would be really good. If you don't have Verina, even Rover is good, Yinlin is good, anybody, as long as they hold energy set. And then after that will be Jinhsi with her Jue set. So for Jinhsi, 4-3-3-1-1 build is fine. 4-4-1-1-1 is also good. 4-4-1-1-1 is easy to build as well. So 4-4 would be Jue and Morning Eggs, like so. And then 1-1-1. And if you got her Jinhsi's weapon, Ages of Harvest, which is crit rate, you can go both crit damage for the 4 cost pieces. Crit damage, and then the rest would be attack, attack. And if you're using 3 costs, you can go Spectral and attack, or Spectral, Spectral. If you're doing 4-4, then for Morning Eggs, you can also go like crit damage, double crit damage, and then she's gonna have really high crit damage with the right substats. So to demonstrate this first team right here, let me just empty her gauge. Yeah, you can do the combo outside of combat. Like this. It's yellow. We're gonna shoot this guy. And then you'll see how fast it charges. I'm just gonna put Yuan Wu out. Press the E. Switch arena. And then look at Jinhsi's gauge. So that's how you charge it. Coordinated attacks. And then press E again for the beam. And then Yuan Wu again. Hit once. Press E. Press Q for echo. Marina, renew the buffs. Jinhsi again. Look at her forte charging. Really fast. And that's pretty much it for this team. Like, this is the, I would say, the most recommended team to play Jinhsi effectively. Really sustain DPS. So, to emphasize on the importance of this forte, this 50 points forte, it's called the incandescence. Why the reason this is good is because for each point, let's say I am at level 8. For each point, it gives 38% for each point. So imagine times 50 of this. That's why the beam hits so hard. And for Jinhsi, she primarily uses resonance skill stat. So if you're building echoes for her, look out for resonance skill damage and the usual crit damage, crit rate, and attack percent. So the more resonance skill damage you have, the more meme her beam becomes. Actual meme beam. Yeah, Biden blast. So that's pretty much it for building Jinhsi. Like, this is just the basics. I don't really have much time to go through the nuances. If you guys have your own tips, feel free to drop it in the comments. The other team that you can run her with would be this one. So Verena healing set, Tauchi energy set, and Jinhsi spectral set. This one's more for S2 and above. Let's take a look at her sequences. So S1, just damage. The one you want to look at is S2. So Jinhsi restores 50 incandescence while staying out of combat for more than 4 seconds. This effect can only be triggered one time every 4 seconds. This only triggers outside of combat. Basically, what this means is that every time, at the start of every new combat, Jinhsi will get a head start. 50 full gauge. Straight away, like maximum laser, 100k, like minimum 100k damage, even with like really crappy gear. This is stronger than most people think. Like, people say, oh, it only works outside of combat. It's not that good. No, it really is good. Basically, you get a head start in anything, like tower, hologram. You can just drop a nuke on them straight away without needing to build it. So if you ask me, the sweet spot to stop at for Jinhsi, for Dolphin maybe, like Spender, S2. S2 is the best place to stop. Any further will just strengthen that beam even more. Like S5 is ultimate damage, and S6 even more resonance skill damage, 45%, and then even more multiplier increased by another 45% of incandescence. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Jinhsi. Pretty simple. So to recap, basic, press E when it's available. Basic 4 times once it's glowing, press E again. That's the meme beam. Uses up all the gauge. And then ultimate. And that's pretty much it. As for her main echo, definitely use Jue. Jue is her main echo. It's a summon echo instead of transformation. Free damage. You don't have to do anything. It also gives her resonance skill. So always pop Jue first before doing her skills. So even this attack in midair, it's all resonance skill. Stack all the resonance skill. So yeah, she's really versatile to play. And works in almost any team. And that's it, guys. That's how you play Jinhsi. If you have any questions, just post it in the comments. And I hope this guide has been helpful to you. Consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.